Is January 22nd, 2025. Today again. I went to a gas station in Louisville. My boyfriend went in to pay for the gas. Women were outside my car, yelling. Okay? Oh boy, Karen's Will found out where her money is. He's gonna go get it. He's got a tape of her admitting she's weird with herself. No, we don't. No, we don't. Then think about how stupid you are. Witness Protection Program, immunity protected money for someone in the Witness Protection Program. Can't touch it. Person's in immunity. Plus, I never admitted it. Nothing like that. I told you one day they had me in so many tears, screaming crap at me. Well, March 13, 21, nurse at Mercy Medical, they said, the only thing they have you on is adjusting yourself. The guy said, that's sick. I'm just looking at her like, what? And she said, you simply wiped off water with clothes on. He said, that's sick. She said, no, it's actually really funny. She simply brushed it off. That's all they had. They didn't have anything else. It's actually really funny. January of 22. A ladies group came down from Ravenna. We came down to verify. She's never said she did anything wrong before. Okay? And when she simply wiped off the water with clothes on, she went straight down, didn't expose herself. As if anybody would ever care about that. And those people raped her. December 20th, 24, and Bob Evans on 62. People came in and said the people that are having them do this to her are driving around laughing for all the people falling for it. They actually have nothing on her. She's never said she did anything wrong before. And when she simply just brushed off water with clothes on, which is nothing, they have nothing on her. They're laughing at everybody for falling for this. Well, after March 13, 21, they started saying things that never happened. Okay? And it's like, what you're describing is showering? Ha 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 ha. She figured out what they did. Cars bugged by the place. Phones stabbed by them. Hi, guys. Have an officer documenting everything every day for the FBI case. December 9, 21, 4 p.m. at the Oakland apartment on Cleveland Avenue. Told him all the tapes before with them and not her, and it's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here to see if someone will stop them. Same day, white man bald with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street in Canton. Now, he was one of my guards. He comes out. We always knew the tapes before were them and not her, so we never said a word. Okay? February or March of 22, my client in Navarre, her next door neighbor, they told her that Pete ordered everything to be drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. Okay? From where, after March 13, 21, when they were saying a bunch of stuff that didn't happen, it's like, well, that sounds like showering. May 12th, 20, and then when I walked outside, they were laughing at me, ha, 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 ha. She figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon, they found a tape of them emitting a shower scene in the other room. May 26th, 22 at noon, the shower scene was done on purpose to make you look weird. I told you they emitted a frame of me, March 24th, 22, 1:30. November 18th, 22, Eric, one of the drug dealers, Walked in Walmart 62. All the tapes before were me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it, my idea to do it, my idea to say for all these people to turn on it, and they fell for it. Well, if it's only you, I could take care of it. I know it's that bad, and they still fell for it. Please God, as confession. June 7th, 23. They make fun of FBI Agent John. FBI Agent John fell for the stunt I taped before. Oh, come on now. That FBI agent fell for it? You're kidding. It was only a stunt. You mean John actually fell for it? It was only a stunt. Is that what's going on? Name and title and cackle. Inside Walmart 62. Sheriff's got their confession. From the first month of the case, some old white man showed up at Wood Forest in front of all the cops. For every idle word you tell on us, I'll turn on you. I'm like, who are you? You try to leave Dave, Alicia, tell him list. I'm like, ew, who are you? He's like, you know that bruise on your leg? It's like, yeah, I had a big one, about the size of a lemon. He's like, I use sodium pentothal. No, he stuck me with a date rape drug in my sleep. Something about a wrong nightgown and tushy light? And then threatened me again? Got away from that freak. How'd you like to wake up with a big bruise on your leg and throwing up, not remember anything? It's not funny crackheads are playing with people like that. Went home to a legally bugged house and Dave debunked it. Stressed mostly, and then I made fun of the back of my knees. He made up the whole thing. Then repeatedly, in 18, all these people drugging me and telling me say all kinds of crazy crap. Never seen or talked to him. I'd take a drink out of a drink and the room would go dizzy and black, and I'd wake up hours later. Bruises on me, throwing up, almost passing out and severely infected. The only thing new to me was that house outside in the country outside Ravenna. The water was real dirty, and we brought in bottled water to drink and to cook with, but you had a shower. You had to wash your hands after you use the bathroom. I thought it was giving me cancer. I kept going to the doctor telling him that. What on earth is wrong with me? Did you fall? No. I don't know where all these bruises came from. Maybe you're coming anemic and they're giving me iron pills, muscle relaxers. My head's hurting, gave me stuff for a headache and throwing up. And a severe swollen personal infection until I couldn't hardly go to the bathroom. Here I'm being drugged, beaten, raped in my own home. Kept up so stoned. No memory. Lost 18 pounds before I called FBI. May 25th, 21, 6 p.m., Wendy's in Louisville. Other church people breaking in before drugging me, telling me say weirdo molester stuff. That's not funny. I got 2 witnesses on my phone. 8/9/21, the apartment building for me, second close to the fence, was talking about it. 4 or 5 neighbors got together, did a police report. 1295 Fairlawn, little old white lady screamed at him, talked to several people in 21. Okay, then we got Ed at the Oakland apartment and the guy at the Hunger Task Force. January 1922, Department of Disability, they told them I was drugged and told to say it before. February 2nd, 22, Burlington Coat Factory, a Latino man admitted he drugged me first and told me to say it. People went running and Save-A-Lot, clear down in Canton, where my one client was. An investigator from Ravenna driving a Sebring pulled up next to his apartment, said, I seen her out today. I found out that bastard really did drug her and tell her to say it before. People were running out of their houses, screaming. It was like a big chaos circus. My client's like, Karen, this is crazy. People admit to drugging you and telling you to say it before, and admit to raping you in front of people in stores. Oh, they laugh at me like crazy for being raped. I'm like, stay out of it. Okay? It's a bunch of crackheads. Do you know why they do this? Because they have to feed their drug habit. Now, today in Bob Evans, some girls came in. Nobody thinks it's funny. Michelle was telling everybody they should steal for her. Because she's supposed to have threatened her. And her dad said that he found out she didn't even know who she was. Oh, he knew I didn't know who she was and that I never threatened her. I don't threaten children. He knew that was a scam they came up with. An absolute scam. He knew that. Hmm? He knew that. Because I didn't know him from Adam, so how would I know his kid? Huh? January, February 19, I'm in a Faith Family Church. A group of teenagers come in, sit down. Michelle's a normal name. This girl yells out, I'm the one that dates Dave. I look back, and she points at me. I'm the one that dates her husband. I look back. I thought it was this 50-year-old Michelle Cowgill he was cheating on me with when they said Auntie Michelle. It's the only Michelle I know of. And she was so mean to her first husband, I figured it'd serve him right, get somebody that mean. I'm good to him, he's trying to kill me for a mean girl. Serve you right. And so there's this little teenager saying she's dating Dave. It's like one on earth. It's like being sideswiped. It's like, look back, it's like you don't look 18. Then you look back and it's like, you don't look 100 pounds. And I look back, you look like a homeless prostitute. And she's telling everybody she can have anybody drug being raped. She has to ask the guys. And it's like, you're crazy and dangerous. And then she's back there saying how she spent the night with a bunch of boys and was wearing their clothes. That's why she looked so bad. You're supposed to be dating my husband? I don't think so. I didn't believe her. I thought she was a prostitute for the drug cartel, making up a scam. That's what I thought. Like the police said, we watched Karen's face. She didn't believe a word out of that girl's mouth. I go to leave, and the police that worked my case walked out around me when I left, and they're like, are they trying to set her husband up for going out with underage prostitute? I thought, maybe. Is she even legal to date? I thought, that's what I thought. He's like, what is she, 15, 16? I thought, that's what I thought. Another one said I'd peg her at 14. I thought 14, 16, 90 pounds. I didn't believe her. I thought it was just a scam from the drug cartel. I never even talked to her then. So, December 9th, 18, I taped Dave. I never caught him with anyone. Police taped him too. So if you never caught him with anyone, there's no one to threaten. See, I didn't even know who that agent was until December 18th, 24. Two guys walk in, yell out, Karen never knew who Michelle was till January or February 19. No, I made sure of it. He said she told me she threatened her, and she didn't know who she was. He's like, no, until she announced herself. She didn't know anything. No, I didn't. Still never talked to her. Okay? Well, I told him I didn't care what they did to her if she was going to threaten her. And she didn't know who she was. He's like, no. Well, I told that drug dealer, I told that drug dealer that no one would want her after everything he had done to her. To leave her alone, I found out Karen's getting remarried again. I knew she had it in her. Okay? January 5th, 25, Walmart 62. Cops call the feds out. They found out that another FBI agent lied to the U.S. Marshals. Said, what is this? Another FBI agent lied to the U.S. Marshals? That she was weird with herself? We always knew it was a Photoshop of washing herself in the shower. We always knew they Photoshopped that. And they had drugged her and told her to say it before. We always knew that. Now we already got the agent over a case, taped, that he let all this happen because he thought she threatened his daughter. And to find out she didn't even know who she is, does the FBI realize how not funny this is? What are they doing, getting even with her? Yeah, it seems like it. And the whole thing of it is, that agent and his kid knew I didn't know who she was. I never even laid my eyes on him until December 18th, 24. Only talked to him on the phone. So how the hell would I know who his kid is? They just made up that scam to steal. See, that's where today and Bob Evans, that Michelle's run around telling everybody should steal for her because she threatened her. And we all heard her dad. She didn't know who she was. It's not funny she's saying that they should steal for her. No, it's not. We know her family could really use it. Yeah. I earned that damn money. I earned that money. They made up that scam so they could steal in front of people. He's already confessed he's in it with the drug cartels, making bets over this. Oh, you do realize it is mandated and ordered by the president for him admitting he was in it with the drug dealers to arrest him. People associated with the bad drug cartels, they're the Florida human traffickers. The ones that were at Faith Healing Church impersonating the FBI, they were the ones that were in Louisville, other places. Said they were drug traders from Florida. Henry Maffei was with them. Michelle and Lauren, another Michelle and Lauren. And they were human traffickers, and they worked for Judge Peter, but they were from Florida. If you look up Judge Peters from Florida, 108 people went to jail, including people from Disney, where they were telling people in January and December of 2018 that they were relocating people to Florida to a resort area. It was Disney. And where the Texas group is here. And we all work for the King from Texas. We are his men. Dave hired us. He's a drug lord. You look him up. He's U.S. military, Iraqi translator. Went into the dark web, malware, fentanyl king. If you look up the rest of Judge Peters in Florida, there was people from Disney involved. And they had a pipeline between Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. They were up here scouring. The ones that did not get arrested from Florida are still here. The Henry Maffei, they're all together. That's where my coworker, where they had killed her family member. In Bragg, they dismembered her. That's how I knew about the guy in the white van. I didn't have the heart to tell her, but I asked her if she knew about the guy in the white van. How do you know about the white van? I took my family member. I'm like, oh my God. She lives in Louisville too. I asked her if she's seen the big truck guys that said they were drug traders or from Florida. She said yes. I said they said they were drug traders. Yes, they did. Did you know about Henry Maffei? Sounds about right. He was with them. Everybody's seen them. They were in the mall. They were in Massillon. In Massillon, they were bragging. They were taking people down for experiments. And in Belden Village, they had a doctor involved. There was 3 Indian men that said that they were doctors and were with them. And the youngest one was named Henry. Okay? It was on Google yesterday. Some guy from Texas tried to buy a baby for its organs. See, that's where my friend showed up with the U.S. Marshals January 20th, 23 in Worcester. His police department, 2.5 hours away, knew about the case that agent opened with me in the Texas group. Well, we were talking about these people. It doesn't make any sense. They're crackheads running scams on people. They don't care who they sell. They don't care who they kill to feed their drug habit. They don't care who they scam, rape, torture, publicly humiliate. They don't care if they sell your wife, your daughter, your son, your baby. They don't care anything because they're crackheads feeding their drug habit and their lifestyle. Okay? I said, with them being drug addicts, selling you for sex slaves or be killed, they're profiling people. How much they weigh, if they have bad habits. Why would they care if you have bad habits? I said, the only thing that they look for bad habits is when they do black market organs. He said, oh, I bet they are selling black market organs, because it is the only reason why they care. Well, they caught one of the Texas guys trying to buy a baby for his organs. He's going to butcher that little baby. These people are reprobate bastards on evil levels. Officer John, Officer Mark, I know you've been assigned to me since 18. And do you remember the first of the case when you and the undercover police came up in Walmart 62? The undercover police were assigned to me one day, and I don't know if you were involved, but I know you would have the report that the agents that opened my case told you that they already knew everything was drugged and photoshopped. That they were what was said to me, they were so mean to you on the phone to make sure you were not part of these people defrauding them. And when they said something about their scam, that's why they couldn't keep it together, because they could not, and they started laughing so hard because they couldn't believe they would try something like that. And they already knew everything was photoshopped and drugged. It's documented in my case, in the first month of the case. The agents told the police. Okay. That's where even what was it, May 28th, 24, Myers, North Main, the police that worked my case. Some lady came in and said, I talked to the police that work her case. They said it's ridiculous for anyone to insult her. She almost died to save children. And they always knew that Weird With Yourself was photoshopped of washing yourself in the shower. And they had drugged her and told her to say it before. And it was a backup plan if she didn't die, trying to extort money or things. And their stalking tapes. It was a backup plan. People were talking inside and out. She almost died to save children. And they knew that was all a backup plan. Nobody say a word. How many times have the cops even told people? But Officer Mark John, if you go to the Drug and Task Force, we all know that Agent John told on me before he talked to me. Where I called the hotline, they drugged me up so bad. I couldn't answer the phone. He left the voicemail, and then later on where I called him back. I didn't call him. I'm sorry, let me start over. That where I called the hotline the next day, he called and I couldn't answer the phone. Okay? I couldn't answer the phone. Let it ring, go to voicemail. Later on, I had to wake up and I had to stagger to the bathroom, everything, get back in bed, and listen voicemail. And I couldn't stay awake. And while I'm passed out, drugged up, being held, drugged up by the cartel in my own home, he's going around telling all the churches that I called the FBI hotline before he spoke to me. And it is documented by the police, the agent that returned my phone call from the FBI hotline told everyone before he spoke to me. And it was verified by the police. That's where April 28th, 24, Walmart on the Strip, an officer in uniform, Karen, we all know nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel. And there was a drug cartel in your home before. We all know that guy told on you before. Yeah. And see, that agent knew I didn't know who his daughter was. I don't even think Dave knew her. I'll be honest. Because in 23, I had found out, he told people that he had hired Pete on his own. There's Pete and his men in my home. And when I called the FBI hotline for help, some agent showed up at that church telling everyone she called for help. And when I walked off, he spoke to him. He called him some agent. So he didn't even know. Him and his daughter came up with a plan to steal from the government in front of people. He stole my money from the case. He told on me for calling the FBI hotline. In October, November 22, I'm in Trinity Gospel. Okay? And some lady's talking, Karen's okay anymore. We found the protective custody case. And the guy said, well, it's been documented and verified. The agent that returned her phone call was the one telling on her to all those churches before he spoke to her. Oh, my Lord, and walk out. It's verified by the police. He told on me. He went around telling all the churches I called the FBI for help. And he told them he didn't care what they were doing to me. He didn't care women were being drugged, being raped. He was even going to turn me back over to him. He was going to defraud me. He opened my case to steal from the government. Him and his kid. And then make up all these scams. With his own confession, he is running with a drug cartel. He was no longer with the FBI within 4 months. He did this to steal. And like Sheriff David Mike DeWine's cousin, he stole your money. He's so arrogant. He's been stealing a long time and they hadn't caught him. They go back through his cases. He's probably stolen a lot more. Officer Mark and John, if you would go to the Stark County Drug and Task Force FBI office in the courthouse of Canton, have him pull the recorded line. He confesses repeatedly. He told on me before he lists me informant. How he met with that family in his office and all those church people. Bullies me. Laughs at me for some guy named Pete and how he's framing me, and to find out he's an old drug dealer. It was him and his group running a drug scam, their crackhead tapes. And have him check for that card with my money in it. If it's not in my file because I never picked it up, he put it in his pocket. Because it is court-ordered for the government to pay me. Every witness protection program comes with money and immunity. You risk your life to get them information, and you're in immunity for life. And you get money for risking your life. You work as a civilian spy for them. This case was one of the nationwide human trafficking scam. All the human traffickers were here laughing in my face how they're getting away with crimes. Under police surveillance. With a court order. Marshall showed up and just started blowing the hell out of them. Like they said, with the way that case that agent opened, they don't even need her as legal police surveillance. Protected home custody, threat of life, with statements and a court order. And they were laughing in my face. Who they worked for, what crimes they were doing. It was bad guys on a platter. But go in and have a talk with them. Go talk to the U.S. Marshals for me, please, and tell them they lied to him. Flat out lied to him. They even told you guys that they knew it was photoshopped and drugged. And these people have even made a fool out of the FBI. See if they won't help me. I need someone to. I do need that money for my family. I earned it. My son Josh, his stomach bleeds. He's had several scopes. He's had to have blood transfusions. They almost killed his family. They took lug nuts off so their tires would come off with driving. They'd reloosen them, flatten them, slashed them. And then on the highway, his whole car blew up. He barely made it out alive in time they got there. They couldn't say what happened, where Dave said they'd be next. Yeah, well, years ago it wasn't too pretty at all for any of us. For me almost being shot in the head driving, stabbed in the neck, bashed in the back of the head, beaten, raped, and left for dead. Had 6 stalkers. Remember 007 movie? From carrying around the house? Drugged till I lost 70 pounds, human trafficked, raped, and tortured. A lot of FBI agents haven't even lived through that shit. The officers that watch me, I've never even lived through what she has. She's amazing. Getting all this information on these people. Like my friend from the prosecutor's office. You have a lot of great favor with a lot of officers for working this FBI case. Then help me. I need the money for my family so I can help them. I earned it. Like even the officers that worked my case, we know the only one that actually loved everyone was Karen. Look, Dave threatened to kill everyone. She was the only one that loved everyone. Almost died to save them. And they got thousands of bad guys and saved hundreds of children. Hmm? Yeah. If you go to them, make sure the marshals know that agent lied to them, and then they can deal with him. But that former agent, the one they said it was the agent on my case, admitting he was in it with drug dealers making bets over me. Well, President Trump ordered people arrested connected to the big drug cartels, and these are one of the main ones. The Texas group, the Florida, the ones that didn't get arrested in 22 are here. See if they can't get another court order for my money if he stole, because it is court ordered by a judge for the government to pay me, and I never got it. There's some guy down here said he's investigating about some retired rogue agent stealing from the government. Well, you need to let the FBI Drug Task Force heads up and then have him pull it, and then they got him for obstruction to justice, tampering with a witness, tampering with evidence, then aiding and abetting crimes. And embezzlement of government funds. And then lying to law enforcement. He lied to the U.S. Marshals. Okay? And like they said in there, that Michelle's telling everyone they should steal for her. Now, people, I want you to think about this. You've never met anybody. If you haven't met somebody, don't even know who they are. This person wants to steal from you, so they make up a lie. You'll never know. Who, and then have her drug gang go in and drug you up, tell you say stuff, Photoshop washing, and then steal your money because she's a crackhead. And to feed her habit, she's having people harmed. And she's trying to steal money. Do you want her to do this to you? And you won't even know who she is and never seen her or talked to her? Do you realize how sick she is? Her and her dad? How mentally ill and dangerous they are. But Officer Mark and John, if you'll take care of this for me, I appreciate it. You have been here since 18. Airhug guys. Or whatever officers assigned to me today. Please take care of this. And if you could get my money and bring the car to me, I'd appreciate it. Because I do need it to help my family. But I'm going to go ahead and upload this.